Greetings, and thank you for taking the time to join me today. I am Jolivet Williams, and we are going to take a closer look at an area of concern for many of our younger generation. And while an age old dilemma, current social constraints, such as technological advancements and the worldwide COVID pandemic, have ushered in a unique bullying form. It's called cyberbullying. And let's learn more. With the increasing number of young people transitioning to digital communications for schooling due to the worldwide COVID pandemic, we see a sharp increase in cyberbullying cases. More children are becoming susceptible to the unfortunate reality that bullying is more prevalent when children become merely a name on a screen and not real people standing before you. Cyberbullying happens when young people mimic an oppressive social construct that rewards people who oppress and blames victims for not being strong enough. This emotional construct encourages reporting bullying tactics instead of promoting natural resistance to bullying. Now, we beg the question, what is cyberbullying? Now, according to the Cyberbullying Research Center, cyberbullying is when someone repeatedly and intentionally harasses, mistreats, or makes fun of another person online or while using cell phones and other electronic devices. And we're going to break down this definition into smaller, digestible bits so that we can thoroughly differentiate it from traditional bullying tactics or what may be referred to as simple roughhousing or other hazing type behaviors, effectively minimizing the uh, effects of this type of behavior. Now, when we're looking at willful behavior, we're talking about deliberate and not accidental occurrences that are repeated. They're not a one time isolated incident. And this is through harassment that the target perceives is an action that is intended to inflict harm or bring harm to them. And the mechanisms used are the computers, cell phones, and other electronic devices. And these are the examples of the medium used that differentiates cyberbullying from traditional bullying by having a virtual method of infliction. Now, the American social order mimics bullying constructs in many ways. Bullying is a term used to describe lateral social oppression, and bullying is resisted by being intolerant of pressure, whether it's lateral or vertical. Many adults do not understand oppression systems, which validates bullying as a social norm, especially when the perpetrator has a higher social status and or institutional authority. Now, the child victims and the perpetrators of cyberbullying learn how to participate in this dynamic from many different stimuli from caregivers, institutions, television, and other media outlets. The eradication of cyberbullying must contain honest discourses on oppression, power, resistance, social relations, empowering the oppressed, disempowering the oppressor. Adult victims of cyberbullying need the same social education as the child victims, which could empower them to break any victim bully relationship dynamic that may have plagued them. And of course, the behavior of the adult will then uh, be mimicked or learned by the child victim. In 2019, The Cyberbullying Research Center conducted studies that included research from as far back as 2007. And we are going to discuss the prevalence of cyberbullying today. Now, these studies asked students questions ranging from age 7 to 17 years. Now, the children were asked particular questions about behaviors that might constitute cyberbullying, and these incidences of receiving hurtful comments from peers, threats, rumors, pictures, videos posted or circulated online of an embarrassing nature. And upon evaluation of these occurrences, these experiences could constitute cyberbullying. And the student respondents in the most recent survey uh, reported on average approximately 28% of the sample students experienced cyberbullying at various levels. And when the students answered questions about their experiences with cyberbullying and specific occurrences in the previous 30 days, the numbers reflected mean or hurtful comments and rumors spread online continue to be amongst the most commonly cited incidences. And overall, that equates to an average of 3 out of every 10 students experiencing some form of cyberbullying throughout their formative years. Now, these numbers within a medical construct would signal an epidemic. So I think it's important that we understand that cyberbullying is um, a very pervasive occurrence, one that requires our attention. So let's talk about the signs. What are the signs of cyberbullying and how do they uh, present themselves in our children? What should we look for? Well, looking for some of the signs of cyberbullying victimization may include emotional changes, such as becoming more introverted, mood changes, increased stress, behavioral issues, even symptoms of depression. Like traditional bullying, the emotional toll on a child is quite taxing, and that they will display atypical behaviors that a parent can often assess. Now, academically, one may observe a change in behavior surrounding school attendance. Considering the new form of homeschooling that many of our children attend post quarantine, we may see disengagement in schoolwork and class time fatigue. A child may have previously been eager to learn and is now apathetic regarding schoolwork and learning. And while truancy is expressed differently with homeschooling in a cyber classroom, cyberbullying victims may present as skipping classes via feigning sickness, excessive bathroom breaks, and even zoning out of the learning experience. And this behavior may escalate to skipping the classroom experience altogether. The signs that we are looking for will vary, and they vary across uh, child. However, specific symptoms may be instrumental in identifying if your child is dealing with this type of cyberbullying situation. Look for changes in the emotional language. Are they ordinarily extroverted and optimistic? And do you see their demeanor change after school or other virtual activities? Uh, Watch for mood swings, depression, variations in their grades, personality, atypical behavior. School attendance may signal difficulties regarding cyberbullying that requires attention. You may see a lowered quality of work and subsequently earning reduced grade point averages, which are immediate signs of distress. And if the student is active socially and with extracurricular activities, with the student beginning to show less interest or drops interest completely in those activities. This is a clear warning sign. Also, notice signals of self harm, negative self talk, changes in social circle. Now, while these warning signs may seem generic, to any number of childhood behavioral matters, parents must seek help immediately if they observe these changes in their children. Ultimately, I think it's important to understand that we can stop and we can prevent uh, cyberbullying, and there are a number of resources available. There is much that parents can do to help our children be mindful to notice not only the changes in behavior and mood and engagement, in exploring uh, what the source of these changes may be. Try to determine if these uh, changes occur specifically after device use. Open a dialogue if you notice a change in the mood and behavior. Encourage conversations that reveal who is involved in the situation, how this interaction began. Try to document possible interactions with screenshots, screen captures on cell phones of antagonizing posts, and bullying content, and things of this nature. And it is vital to report each bullying interaction on social media platforms. Report it to the site. In schools, report to the teachers or follow the site rules, policies. If any of the interactions are physically threatening or otherwise illegal, immediately notify the police of these occurrences and offer your child your full support throughout the episode. However, keep in mind that additional services are out there. Mentors, school counselors, peers, and other trusted adults are all avenues that are viable options for you and your child. And always try to determine early on if professional involvement would be most effective, particularly mental health care professionals. And I would like to thank you so much for being a part of this presentation. Thank you for joining me today and all of the members of the PTA. Together, we can lessen the damage caused by cyberbullying, and we will make our children's virtual experience safe and beneficial. Thank you again, and enjoy your day.